wasn't there, ref. That she got the ball. Good morning, Tottenham fans, and welcome back to the Irish Hotspur with your boy Dave, flying solo this weekend. Jack is away visiting his sister, so hopefully I can maintain the same professionalism this weekend. But I am here today to react to fellow Spurs fan creators from around the community here on YouTube to their predictions ahead of the game against Southampton this weekend, where of course we do return to the scene of the crime that Antonio Conte committed against Tottenham Hotspur, leaving no stone unturned, calling out every asset and facet of our football club. So let's get into it. Let's see if any of these fellow Spurs fans can give me any hope and optimism heading into the game this weekend. Now we will start with Ben from We Are Tottenham TV. Great channel over there. Recommend everybody to get over and check it out. Him and his brother Sim. Let's hear what he has to say.
David, Jack, Ben from We Are Tottenham TV to give my prediction for the away game against Southampton. 7 o'clock kickoff on Sunday. Obviously Southampton haven't won much this season, but I don't think that means much coming into this game. Spurs completely running on empty. Same players are playing every single game, and they're getting more tired and more tired as the games progress, guys. It's not a good situation. The whole club have got their backs against the wall. Ange is under severe pressure. The players are under severe pressure. And Daniel Levy and the board are under severe pressure as well. And this club's killing me, guys. It is absolutely killing me. As the games progress, kind of get yourselves up for it. The day of the game. And we just see nothing to go on the pitch. It's really frustrating. Having said that, my prediction for this game, I think it's going to be a draw. I think we've got enough quality just to keep ourselves in the game. Southampton will be up for it. They'll be smelling blood here. They'll be smelling blood. It's not a place that we travel well to either in Southampton. I think 1 win since 2018 or something like that. I just can't see us winning, guys. I cannot see us winning. I said after the Ipswich game, I think Ange will be gone by Christmas. I do feel like the injury crisis might be just keeping in a job for a bit longer, and I feel like even if we were, I don't think the right decision is to sack Ange. I think that we need to keep him in the job, whatever my opinions are of him and whatever my opinions are of his mistakes. The managerial merry-go-round is just not the way forward, and I feel like just sacking Ange is just more excuses for the ownership and for the leadership at this football club. So Ange has to stay in the job. We need to back him, and the criticism needs to be focused on looking above at this football club. But yeah, I can't see a win here. I'll go for 2-2. I think we can get a couple of goals, and we need to step up. Players need to step up. Jed Spence needs to play as well. Pedro Porro is just putting in shocker after shocker, but he's not the only one, so it's hard to point the finger at him, but he's where you can make real change in the team. So yeah, I'm not confident, guys. 2-2. Thanks for having me on, guys.
Thank you, Ben. Really appreciate the time taking out your day to be able to send in this video for us. Look, quite a few things he's had to say there. First of all, we'll start on Pedro Porro. His performance against Rangers was absolutely atrocious. Do you put it down to the rumours of him being linked with Real Madrid? Has there been contact with his camp and maybe he's taken his foot off the gas a little bit? Or do you put it down to fatigue? But either or, his performances in recent weeks have nowhere been good enough and very, very costly. So I do think Postecoglou has to make a change here and go with Jed Spence for this game. Also, he talks about the whole club being under pressure, and he's absolutely spot on. 1 win in 8, and everybody's looking at the chairman, Daniel Levy. What are you going to do? You've sacked managers in years gone by. You've took the cheaper option out. Hasn't really worked out. We find ourselves on this merry-go-round like Ben keeps talking about. Or are you going to stick by Postecoglou, recognise your mistakes and take the dear way out and fix them? Let's wait and see what he does. And lastly, when it comes to a record at St Mary's, I mean, I didn't know that. I wasn't aware of that, Ben, so it doesn't really give you too much hope or optimism. I would say our saving grace is, I do think Ben is right, I do think there'll be goals. Southampton, their manager, a bit like Postecoglou, a bit stubborn. He instructs his team to play out from the back no matter what, and it's caused them a lot of issues this season. That's why I think Dom Solanke is going to be absolutely vital here at St Mary's. 2-2, hopefully, Ben, we can nick it. I just think with Postecoglou coming out having a jibe at Werner after the game, but then also backing it up in his pre-match press conference saying it's not just him, there's other players. When I look at that, similar to Jose, similar to Conte, it's usually a manager's final stance. So let's see how the squad react this weekend. Is a huge game for Tottenham Hotspur. Guys, like I said, get over, check out Ben from We Are Tottenham TV, fantastic channel. Now from Ben to another guy who I actually really like around the community. Don't agree with a lot of what he has to say, but I think he's a very nice guy. So let's get on to him. It is Alex from Mr. Box Office TV. Let's hear what he has to say.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is your boy Mr. Box Office from Mr. Box Office TV, bringing you another video today of my prediction for the Southampton game on Sunday night. And my prediction is Tottenham winning 2-1. The reason for this is quite simple. We should be beating Southampton. I think Southampton play very much the same way that we play, very attacking football, and they will leave spaces for the likes of Kulusevski, Solanke and Johnson to score goals. We're always tapping Johnson because he knows he likes tappings, and that would be it for me. So really, it'll get a jail card for Ange Postecoglou, who's on tenterhooks for right now that I still want out of my club. But let's be honest here, and I will explain it just quickly to everybody. I know the problem is Daniel Levy. All day, every single day, my breaking point was done after Pochettino. But the point is, when you park that aside, you have to look at the manager. He's had one game a week last season, didn't improve the team, it went downhill. And now he's had a squad that, let's be honest, people said that it were better even though we let go of a lot of good players last season. And we're still looking worse. So for me, we can get a better coaching that maybe from other clubs that will do better with this squad if they adapt. And that's coming from your boy, Mr. Box Office, the main event, the Professor of Truth and Entertainment, the ratings killer, your nightmare and everyone's guilty pleasure. And if you don't know, get to know. And that's it.
Big up, Alex. Always puts a smile on my face. And one thing he does not lie about is certainly the Professor of Entertainment. That's for sure. Now, Alex has made no secret on his disdain towards Ange Postecoglou. He doesn't believe he's the right guy to manage this football club. And if you want to hear him expand further on the point of the manager and Levy, get over and check out the debate he had on We Are Tottenham TV with Ben. Certainly kept me entertained last night. And I think he makes some good points. However, for me, if we really want cultural change within inside this football club, I think it's no good going after someone like Ange Postecoglou. The reality is we do not hire bad managers at Tottenham Hotspur. We've had Jose Mourinho as 26, 27 major honours in the game. Antonio Conte, I think, has 7. Postecoglou has 8 in terms of their managerial careers. So they come here with big CVs and things they've done everywhere else has worked. The thing for me is he didn't get the backing properly in the summer transfer window. Now he can come out and take claim to it all he wants, but for me he's the only one taking responsibility, and he's clearly a guy that wants to keep his job at Tottenham Hotspur. I do think the problems are further above him. I think Johan Lang has been very poor in terms of delivering 2 windows for him. The first window was Gabonini and Paratici, great signings. Which signings come in here and affect the first team? Vicario, Van de Ven, Madison, players like that. Then in the second season, when you need players to really kick on, we've only really brought in Dom Solanke. So Johan Lang needs to go before Ange Postecoglou. And if we really want change, there's no point in keep going after all these managers. You're giving Daniel Levy the cheap way out by just telling him he can sack managers all he wants, take the cheap option. For me, I think at some point we've got to have a standoff. You've got to protect the manager. You've got to make Daniel Levy take the dearer way out, which is fix the mistakes in the transfer window and go and spend that money that's needed. Because regardless whether we sack Ange or bring in a new manager, they're going to need backing in this transfer window. However, Alex, he could be gone after this weekend if we don't get the win. Surprisingly enough, you did predict the win, which I'm very surprised about. And look, Southampton are bottom of the table. If we don't beat them, then sadly to say, I think this sort of project is over and we will be looking at a new direction. But hopefully not, Alex, because I would like to keep Postecoglou in the job, and I would like to see him back come January, although that stance is getting harder and harder to take with the results. But ladies and gentlemen, please get over and check out Alex's channel, Mr. Box Office TV. Now let's move into the wonderful Kate from one half of the perfect match between her and Jimbo, married couple. Let's hear what she has to say.
Good morning, Dave and Jack, and everyone over the Irish Hotspur. Please make sure everyone is smashing a like and subscribing to them amazing guys over there. It's Kate for the perfect match with my prediction for Southampton away. Well, last night was one of those games I sort of walked away from with a I just don't know what to say, I just don't know what to do, I don't know where we go from here kind of attitude. Admittedly, we are down to the bare bones with injuries, but at the same time, that team that we put out yesterday was more than capable of beating that Rangers side, but Rangers made us look stupid. I think anything but a win against Southampton, and the writing is very much on the wall for Ange Postecoglou, and the fact that he's chosen to throw Timo Werner under the bus certainly, number one, doesn't sit well with me. Number two is usually a sign of a manager under pressure. But we haven't got time to dwell. We've got another game on Sunday. I think it's going to be a draw. I've got no faith, particularly away from home at the minute. So I've predicted a 2-2 draw. But as always, I hope Spurs win and they prove me wrong. But all we can do is hope, guys. It's the hope that kills us. And at the end of the day, it's nearly Christmas. So let's hope for a Christmas miracle. And as always, come on, you Spurs.
Absolutely brilliant and efficient there from Kate. I'd have to say she said a lot that sort of resonated with me. When you look at the side that was put out against Rangers, I think it was more than capable to be able to go and do a bit of a job on them. Rangers didn't exactly play their strongest team either. They have a cup game on this weekend, actually, so they've rested a few players for that. They had their focus and their attention was more on that. And the squad that was put out there last night, I mean, you go and look at the stats, the ground duels won, passes completed, etc. And when I'm looking at and I'm seeing players jogging around, not trying to do much to really alleviate the situation or the tension that we're under, it did feel like a lot of them players, in my opinion, after the game, this is my takeaway, that they are maybe starting to give up on Ange Postecoglou. And then when, as Kate says, when you hear about his quotes since then where he calls out Timo Werner, now I disagree with Kate. I'm more than okay for him to go after players. I think every manager's right is, if they put them out there and they're not performing, not pulling away, not doing their job, can't keep protecting them. You've got to go after them. However, the fact that he's changed tack, considering 24 hours beforehand, he did say, I will not call out players publicly. He has shown that he has taken his last stance and he's doubled down and says it's not just him. So off that reaction, he's either going to get reaction from the players to put it right, and we're going to see better attitudes on the football pitch, or the seeds of discontent have well and truly been sown and it could spread out and they could throw him under the bus this weekend. It's going to be very interesting to see the reaction. Look, Kate, hopefully we can get the win. We just need a win, and not even just for Ange Postecoglou, just for my own sake. It's Christmas. It's supposed to be the season of being jolly. It's getting very close to the big day, and I could do with a couple of wins heading into that just to really go in there and try and enjoy myself as best as I can. But guys, please get over, check out The Perfect Match. Do great daily content there between Kate and Jimbo, so big up Kate. Now we move on to Harry Scarf from Harry Scarf TV. Another fantastic creator around the community. Puts his points across very, very well. Let's have a listen. Let's hear what he has to say.
Big up Dave and Jack. Sorry if I sound rough. I'm not feeling great at the moment. I've been bedridden the last few days. But I'll try my best here. Yeah, so we face Southampton this weekend. For me, it's a must-win game. I think for Ange Postecoglou and Spurs, we're talking about a really poor Southampton side that just don't pick up results. We have to get a win done, as Thfc said in his interview. After Rangers, we haven't won in a couple of weeks. We need to win this game. I'd be tempted to start the likes of Lucas Bergevall, Jed Spence, because I don't think we've rotated enough in that right-back position, which is why, for me, Porro struggled against Rangers. Obviously, you can't play Spence in the Europa League, so he wasn't picked for the squad, but don't get me started on that. But I think we need to rotate a little bit. Bergevall, for me, deserves that opportunity over Maddison, over Basuma. I've been really impressed with him, his cameo against Rangers. The score prediction, I think we'll win this. I think we'll make hard work of it. But I'm going to go with 2-1 Spurs. Up the Spurs. Thank you, Dave and Jack.
Absolutely brilliant there from Harry Scarf. First of all, hopefully you get better soon, my man. Make sure you stay in bed. Get some hot water bottles on the go and sweat it out of you, my man. Oh, look, I do agree with him. I think rotation is needed. I think the lineup this weekend is going to be very interesting, especially after Postecoglou calling out some of the senior players. Does he go and put them back out there again and look to sort of rely on them? Or does he look to freshen them up? Like Harry said, bring in Jed Spence for Pedro Porro has been atrocious. Then you're obviously looking at the likes of James Maddison. Bergvall came off the bench the other day, looked bright despite being ill. Postecoglou said he was due to start. Do you throw him in there to see if he can offer you something different? In terms of the forward line, what have you got to work with? Son and Johnson worked great the other night. Does he drop one of them? I think he's got big decisions this weekend, and I think the starting lineup will tell us whether he's coming to the end of his tenure or not. But big up, Harry. Get over and check out Harry Scarf TV. And now on to the last prediction. and it does come from my man Dermo, THFC Till I Die. Let's hear what he has to say.
Hi, this is Dermot, aka Dermatron from THFC Till I Die. This is my match day prediction for Southampton versus Tottenham at the St Mary's Stadium in the Premier League. Look, last night, could that point prove vital at the end of the Europa League campaign? We have to wait and see. It wasn't a great performance. Really disappointed with a draw. Really disappointed with some of the players' performances last night. They were woeful. I did watch the game at the end, and it's not good enough. It really isn't good enough. But look, there's no point in moaning about it. We move on. We have to move on. And we've got Southampton away on Sunday. And it's a game where I think it's very vital for Ange and the season. And I think if we don't win there, I think Ange will be in serious problems. It's where the Conte reign ended, and I think it might be where the Ange reign ends as well. So, but look, always the optimist, always the person that will always look for Spurs to win. I'm going for a 2-0 win, and we'll take it from there. Come on, you Spurs, and big Ange with trust.
As ever, Dermo, the eternal optimist. I'll start with the Rangers part. Look, I don't think it'll be a point gained. I think we've made our job even tougher. I think we have a away game next against Hoffenheim and then a home game against the Swedish team. That we should win, but the Hoffenheim game is going to be even tougher than the Rangers game. So I think we've made our job even harder to try and get inside that top 8, which is nowhere near good enough, which I think you sort of said you agree with. Now heading into this weekend's game, I think Dermot sort of sums it up, and I think it sums up the whole video, to be quite frank. You know, when you listen to every single person's predictions, they're all saying, if we don't win this weekend, the writing is on the wall for Ange Postecoglou. Look, I hope not. I hope that we can get ourselves out of this situation. I hope that we can get the win, alleviate a little bit of pressure, give us a bit of confidence heading into that all-important Carabao Cup game against Manchester United. So let's wait and see what happens. However, like I've said, with Postecoglou changing tactic, calling out players publicly, taking the Conte approach, it does seem like a last stance. Could we? I can't believe I'm asking this question, but it has to be asked, considering trends is a thing at Tottenham, patterns is a thing at Tottenham. Could we see another Conte-style outburst from Postecoglou after the game? Let's wait and see. Guys, like I said before yesterday on the watch along, I wish I could sit here, be a lot more positive. I want to sit here, enjoy wins, come up with great nicknames for the players, etc. I don't want to sit here, be negative, pull the club apart. But it's the times we're in. It's where we're at. Hopefully we can get the win, like I said, and alleviate some tensions. Give me your comments in the comment section below. Give me your thoughts, your score predictions. Who's your favourite prediction as well? As always, smash that like button. Get over and check out all these great channels. The links will be in the description below or in the comment section below. Have a great day. Come on, you Spurs. Still in the big Ange, I trust. We never stop.